Have you ever sat down to study or work, opened your laptop, and told yourself, okay, I'm going to focus now? And then somehow, 5 minutes later, you're checking Instagram, replying to messages, opening random tabs, or watching a completely unrelated video. And the worst part is, you know you have things to do, but you just can't seem to focus. If you've experienced this, you're not alone. And no, it doesn't always mean you're lazy or undisciplined. We live in a world where our attention is constantly being pulled in different directions. Notifications, social media, messages, emails, videos. Your brain is constantly being asked to switch from one thing to another. So instead of trying to force yourself to focus harder, let's talk about how you can actually create an environment and a routine that makes focusing easier. These are some of the things that can help you build better focus, work more deeply, and get things done without feeling mentally exhausted. And by the end of this video, you'll have a simple focus system that you can actually use every day. So let's start with the most important part. 1. Remove distractions before you start. One of the biggest mistakes we make is trying to focus while keeping distractions right in front of us. Think about it. You're trying to study, but your phone is beside you. Notifications are turned on. You have 10 unnecessary tabs open. Your desk is messy. And every few minutes, something is asking for your attention. Then we blame ourselves for not having enough discipline. Instead, change your environment first. Put your phone somewhere you can't easily reach it. Silence unnecessary notifications. Close the tabs you don't need. Clean your workspace. If possible, move to a quiet place and close the door. The idea is simple. Don't depend only on willpower. Design your environment so distractions are harder to reach. When your environment becomes quieter, your mind has fewer things to react to. And now you're ready to actually start working. 2. Don't think about hours. Think about one focus session. Sometimes we make a task feel much harder than it actually is. You tell yourself, I have to study for 4 hours, or I need to work on this project all day. And suddenly, your brain doesn't even want to start. So instead, make the task smaller. This is where techniques like the Pomodoro technique can help. Set a timer for 25 minutes. During those 25 minutes, focus only on the task in front of you. No Instagram, no unnecessary messages, no switching between tasks. When the timer ends, take a 5-minute break. Then start another 25-minute session. After 4 rounds, you can take a longer break of around 20 to 30 minutes. The important thing isn't the exact number. The important part is that you're giving your brain a clear beginning and a clear ending. You're not telling yourself, I have to work all day. You're simply saying, for the next 25 minutes, this is all I'm doing. And sometimes that's enough to get started. 3. Use time boxing. When you have bigger tasks, but not every task can be finished in 25 minutes, sometimes you need longer periods of uninterrupted work. That's where time boxing can be useful. Instead of simply writing work on my project, give that task a specific block of time. For example, 9 o'clock to 9:50, research, 10 o'clock to 10:50, writing, 11 o'clock to 11:50, editing. For me, around 50 minutes of focused work can be a good starting point. And if you have a task that needs deeper concentration, you can also experiment with longer focus sessions. 4. Stop multitasking. Now, there's another thing that can destroy all of this progress: multitasking. You might think you're being productive because you're answering an email while watching a video and working on your project. But your brain isn't really doing all 3 things at once. It's constantly switching between them. And every time you switch, you have to bring your attention back to the original task. So instead of multitasking, try monotasking. One task, one screen, one focus session. If you have several similar tasks, group them together. For example, answer all your emails at one time. Do all your editing at another time. Do your research in one focused session. And when you're working on something important, give it your full attention. Doing one thing properly is often faster than doing 5 things badly at the same time. 5. Make a simple plan before you start. Another reason we get distracted is because we don't know what we should actually be doing. You sit down and think, what should I do first? Then you check your phone. Then you remember another task. Then you start something else. And suddenly, half an hour is gone. So spend the first 15 to 30 minutes of your day planning. You don't need a complicated productivity system. Just make a list. Write down everything you need to do. Then choose 2 or 3 important tasks and put them at the top. After that, rank the remaining tasks based on importance. Now you don't have to keep asking yourself what to do next. You already decided. And that gives your brain something very important: clarity. 6. Use music to create a focus environment. For some people, silence works best. For others, a little background sound makes it easier to focus. You can experiment with things like lo-fi music, classical music, calming ambient sounds, nature sounds, or white noise. Some people also like binaural beats. The important thing is to choose something that doesn't keep demanding your attention. If music with lyrics makes you want to sing along, it's probably not helping you focus. Think of your focus music as a signal. When you hear it, your brain starts to understand, okay, it's time to work. Over time, that can become part of your routine. 7. Don't ignore your brain's need for rest. But here's something we often forget. You can't build good focus if you're constantly exhausted. Sleep has a huge effect on how well you think, concentrate, and make decisions. So if you're struggling with focus every day, look at your sleep too. Try avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and large meals close to bedtime. Turn off your screens at least 30 minutes before going to sleep. Keep your bedroom dark, quiet, and comfortably cool. And try to sleep and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. Because sometimes the solution isn't another productivity trick. Sometimes you simply need to give your brain enough time to recover. 8. Train your attention with mindfulness. There's another way to strengthen your ability to focus. Practice noticing when your attention moves away. That's basically what mindfulness is. You're doing something, you notice your mind has wandered, and instead of following that thought, you gently bring your attention back. You can practice this through meditation. You can practice breathing exercises. You can even practice mindful movement, like yoga. And the interesting part is that you're not trying to stop your mind from thinking. Your mind will wander. That's normal. The practice is simply noticing it and bringing yourself back. 9. Protect your attention before you work. Now, let's talk about something that can make a huge difference: your phone. If you spend the 30 minutes before working scrolling through short videos, checking notifications, and jumping between different pieces of content, your brain is already looking for stimulation. So instead of immediately opening social media before work, give yourself some quiet time. You don't necessarily need to do some extreme dopamine detox. Just create a simple rule. For example, no unnecessary social media or notifications for 30 minutes before a focus session. Put your phone away. Turn off notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Prepare your workspace. And then start. You're basically giving your brain a transition period from constant stimulation to focused work. 10. Don't sit for hours without moving. And finally, remember that your brain is connected to your body. If you've been sitting for hours, feeling tired and mentally stuck, don't always try to push through it. Move. Every hour or so, stand up, stretch, walk around for a few minutes, drink some water, then come back. You don't need a full workout every time. Sometimes a small movement break is enough to reset your energy and help you return to your work with a clearer mind. The 5-minute momentum hack. And if you take only one thing from this video, remember this: starting is often harder than continuing. So when you really don't feel like doing something, don't tell yourself, I have to finish this entire task. Tell yourself, I'll just do it for 5 minutes. That's it. Open the document, write the first sentence, read the first page, edit the first clip, study for 5 minutes. Once you start, continuing often feels much easier because motivation doesn't always come before action. Sometimes action creates motivation. So if you want better focus, don't try to completely change your life overnight. Start by changing your environment. Remove the distractions. Choose one task. Plan your day. Work in focused blocks. Take proper breaks. Get enough sleep. Move your body. And practice bringing your attention back whenever your mind wanders. You don't need to become a person who can focus perfectly for hours. You just need to become a little better at protecting your attention every day. Because your attention is one of the most valuable things you have. What you give your attention to eventually becomes what you spend your life on. So protect it. And start with just one focused session today. If this video helped you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to She Built Wealth for more videos on self-improvement, discipline, productivity, and building a better life. And tell me in the comments, what's the biggest thing that distracts you when you're trying to focus? I'll see you in the next video.